going to make our country very safe. We're going to make our cities very, very safe. Chicago's a mess. You have an incompetent mayor, grossly incompetent. It won't even be tough. And the people in Chicago, Mr. Vice President, are screaming for us to come. They're wearing red hats, just like this one, but they're wearing red hats. African-American ladies, beautiful ladies, are saying, please, President Trump, come to Chicago. Please. I did great with the black vote, as you know, and they want something to happen.
The Trump administration is reportedly planning a major immigration enforcement push in Chicago as soon as next week. The planned actions could begin as early as September 5th, according to multiple senior DHS sources familiar with the plans. As per reports, the operation may mirror tactics used in Los Angeles this spring, which sparked widespread protests. In Los Angeles, ICE deployed armored vehicles and officers in tactical gear, a model sources say may be repeated in Chicago. Chicago officials recalled prior warnings in June that tactical ICE units could arrive, though those deployments never occurred. It remains unclear if the upcoming operation is linked to past planning or represents a separate federal effort entirely. As per reports, the effort is distinct from President Trump's recent proposals to deploy the National Guard to address city crime. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker has stated he has received no communication from the Trump administration regarding the operation. Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson also confirms his office has not been directly contacted about federal plans in the city. As per reports, discussions have taken place with Naval Station Great Lakes to provide logistical support for ICE officers. According to reports, federal immigration agencies are preparing a multi-agency law enforcement operation in Chicago after Labor Day, modeled on earlier actions in Los Angeles and Washington. D.C. Department of Homeland Security officials emphasize that their focus is on arresting criminal, undocumented immigrants across multiple cities. Earlier, Border Czar Tom Homan confirmed that the U.S. Naval Station Great Lakes, located near the Illinois-Wisconsin border, would be used as a hub for immigration and customs enforcement officers ahead of a planned Chicago operation.
The president talks about sending the National Guard into other cities like Chicago. Is this a way to target sanctuary cities?
No, I think you're sending to, National Guard would be in cities that have crime problems. But I'll tell you this, I was in LA when that whole thing started there, and I was there the first couple of nights, and I'm glad the president sent the National Guard to Los Angeles. Los Angeles is a safer city today because of what President Trump did. The men and women at ICE were physically attacked. The facility was physically attacked. That housed aliens that were arrested, that put them in danger. After 2 days, the governor of California and Mayor Bass not taking action, President Trump did. He made the right decision. So National Guard, they're not out there, being the head of enforcing immigration law. They're assisting ICE and ICE operations to help with the infrastructure, intelligence, transportation. ICE officers are making arrests, but as far as the National Guard going to cities and making it safe again, I see great success in Washington, D.C., and I agree with the president sending them to cities that have a high crime rate. If these mayors choose to not address the crime rate, President Trump is going to. He made a promise to the American people, and that's why he's sitting in the Oval Office. American people put him in there because he promised to make America safe again. That's what he's doing.
Supposing we had a week ago when everybody was being killed and mugged and everything else, despite the phony numbers that were given out, that it was getting better. Brian, do you believe it was getting better or getting worse?
Oh, the crime was getting worse. I mean, I was robbed. It was getting way
went
worse.
after you.
Yeah.
How did the other guy come out?
Well, he came out with my briefcase,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
with you.
Yeah. So, Robert 1, Brian 0.
Now, but can you imagine you do this and then you start hearing that they had a 20-year reduction of crime. It's worse. It was worse during the Biden administration than anybody's ever imagined possible. And I guarantee you he wouldn't be here if those numbers continued. But now we have total safety. We have total security. And for the border, in 3 months, 0 people. These are done by liberal people that do these charts. 0 people came through our border in the last 90 days. Can you believe it? 0. Last year we had millions of people coming in, and they came in from the wrong locations. They came in, a lot of people that shouldn't be here. So now when we have this event in December, it's going to be very safe. Johnny, you can walk down the street with your beautiful wife.
Yeah.
You can take her to dinner if you can get a reservation, which I doubt.
They are all full, the restaurants.
I know. They're all full. I heard that too. The restaurants aren't. The restaurants, since we are doing this, are doing great. And many new restaurants are going to open because, as you know, many closed. Many restaurants closed because the crime was so bad. This will be one of the safest places anywhere on earth. So, you know, I really am honored that the National Guard has done such an incredible job working with the police. And we haven't had to bring in the regular military, which we're willing to do. We have to. And after we do this, we'll go to another location and we'll make it safe also. We're going to make our country very safe. We're going to make our cities very, very safe. Chicago's a mess. You have an incompetent mayor, grossly incompetent. And we'll straighten that one out probably next. That'll be our next one after this. And it won't even be tough. And the people in Chicago, Mr. Vice President, are screaming for us to come. They're wearing red hats, just like this one. But they're wearing red hats. African-American ladies, beautiful ladies, are saying, please, President Trump, come to Chicago. Please. I did great with the black vote, as you know, and they want something to happen. So I think Chicago will be our next, and then we'll help with New York, and we're going to help with. And I think a lot of these people that you see on television, they are, including the people in this audience, they'll say bad things about me, and then they'll say, thank God he's here, because half of them got mugged, and they don't want to get mugged again. But they're, you know, they work for stupid people that are radical left, and they're made to do things and say things that they don't want to be saying. But the people right here are all happy because you're not going to be mugged in Washington, D.C. anymore. The police, and you look at the D.C. National Guard, I saw pictures of them last night getting off vans and all, and I saw some bad ones running, but they're not running so much anymore. They're not there. They're just not even trying. You're totally safe. Now, there'll be something happening sometime. I don't know. Maybe it won't be for a long time, but this was every night would get reports of people being mugged and killed. There's one woman on television last night. She had a badly busted up nose, and she's, well, I like our streets the way they used to be, and she thinks it's going to happen like by doing nothing. And they say, what happened to your nose? She got slugged by a guy walking down the street. Slugged. Her nose will never be the same, I guarantee you, unless it takes a pretty good turn. She wasn't really for us. But she sort of said, well, maybe something has to happen. Before this happened to me, she got whacked. And I don't think she'll ever be the same. She almost became, she was a half a Trump fan, a woman that would have never been a Trump fan, but she was hit hard. It's not going to happen anymore. Not going to happen anymore. But then we're going to beautify the city too. That's where I was today at Kennedy Center. And we're going to beautify the city like it hasn't. And we're working with Clark Construction, the biggest construction company in Chicago, and in Washington. And the head of Clark is great. He's all over the world, actually, but Washington, I would say, is their home. That's where they do the best work, the biggest work, and they've been doing a fantastic job. So you're going to have a fantastic, clean, beautiful place. It's going to be better than it ever was before, literally better than it ever was before. We'll get it done very quickly.